So now today we are going to start the 2016 paper. So this paper is based on the Peachtree. So this Peachtree software is applied in the old syllabus in the fourth year as in the second year, second semester in the new syllabus. So let's begin with the 2016 past paper. At the beginning of the paper, they are providing the instructions. This is applicable in the examination scenario. Now let's start with the paper itself. So in the paper, it says the accountant who is working in Mineral Water Bottle Distribution Company Pens is going to introduce accounting software called Peachtree Accounting 2010 on 1st March 2016 to record all accounting transactions. So the Peachtree has been introduced on 1st of March 2016. Whereas the financial period starts with 1st of April to 31st March. So let's draw the timeline. So here I'm going to put the beginning period. Beginning should be 1st of April 2015. Then the end period should be 31st March 2016. These are the starting and ending dates. And the Peachtree introduced 1 month before the financial period end. So the Peachtree introduced date is 1st of March 2016. It's somewhere here. So I have told you earlier, when we are going to create the company, we should get the date, a prior date. It can be the financial year starting date, or it can be the introduction date. If the financial period start with 2015 April 1st, since it is prior than 2016 March 1st, we have to use the starting date of the financial period, which means here we have to use this date. If the financial period so if the financial period is 2015 April 1st, if the Peachtree introduced before that, in 2014 or 2013, then we have to take that date. If and only if the Peachtree introduction date is prior to the financial period starting date. So here, since the financial period starting date is earlier date, we are going to use 2015 4th of April, 1st of April. So now let's create the company based on these data. So what I'm going to use, since I'm going to create a new company, I'm going to use the wizard, and through the wizard, I'm going to click on the create a new company. So here, I'm going for the next. Here, they ask the company name. Since I'm doing this 2016 paper, I'm going to use 2016. Computer-based accounting. But if you are using a separate computer other than your own one, then use your registration number. Then we are going to change the business type. Here, by default, it says the corporation. Now I'm going to change it into the limited liability company according to the paper. Now, address line 1 is the number. Then address line 2 is the road. So address line 3 is the city. Then the country is Sri Lanka. Then these telephone numbers you have to enter into the system. So you have given this data, website, as well as the email address. Please type that. Then I'm going to the next step. Here, select a method to create your company. Since you are going to create a new company, you have to go for build your own chart of accounts. Then click on the next. So here it says whether we need accounting segment. Since this paper do not have any indication with regarding to segmental reporting, I'm going for the next by clicking on the no option. Then the posting method, right? So the accounting method, normally we are going to use the basis. So the posting method here is the real time. All the default information is provided in the paper itself. So what you have to do is you have to go through the paper and you have to select the options accordingly. Then choose an accounting period structure. So if you select this 12 months accounting period, then what is there is you have to select just the month and the year. So here, rather than doing it, I'm going to click on accounting period that do not match the calendar month. So here, how many accounting periods do you want in the fiscal year? Since we are going to provide the monthly accounts, I'm going to select 12. So you can see period that ranging from 1 to 6, and you can go downward as well. And here you can see from January 1st to January 31st, February 1st to February 29th. Likewise, we have the period monthly wise. Now we have to select the start date of the fiscal year. Here, the paper is starting on 2015. So click on these double arrows so you can change the particular year. So 2015, the financial period began with the 1st of April. So I'm going to change the month. By using the second arrow keys, you can change the month. Now we are in April 1st. So April 1st, I'm going to select as the beginning period. Now, if you go to the 12th period, what you can see, it's end with 31st of March 2016. Hope you can clearly identify. We can prepare the monthly accounts and the starting period is 1st of April 2015 and the ending period is 31st of March 2016. After creating the company, then click on the finish button so the software will proceed and create your own chart of accounts. Now you can see on the top of my window of the Peachtree account, the name has been changed. So whatever the name you have inserted, that should be appeared on the title bar. So now let's begin the rest of the paper. So here we have the default information. But you know, when we want to create the default information, when we need to set the default information, we need the accounts. Therefore, the next step is we have to create the chart of accounts. For that, we can go for maintain, then chart of accounts. Then the first step is I'm going to create the chart of accounts given under the 7th item number of the paper. So I'm starting with the stated capital, account ID 1000, the description, stated capital. Likewise, just try to enter all the data in the chart of accounts into your system. So we know that stated capital, the account type is equity, doesn't close. Then we have to click on save and new. $1,100 is the general reserve. So here we can go for equity, get closed. So if we have other reserve accounts, then we have to go for the other reserves account. Since we don't have other facilities, we have to go to equity, get closed. Then the retained earnings account. The type should be retained earnings. Then we have land. The type should be fixed asset. Land building, motor vehicle, office equipment should be categorized into fixed assets when you are creating the chart of accounts. So you have to change the account type as fixed asset when you are creating those accounts. For furniture, as we know, it's a fixed asset. So when we create in that particular account, here also we have to change the account type as fixed asset. Then we have the depreciation account. So you can see I can't type all the data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the format here. So I'm going to use accumulated as ACC to represent accumulated. To represent depreciation, I'm going to use DIP. Then I'm going to use building. Because the number of letters is limited in the description box. So I'm going to type the account ID. And the type should be accumulated depreciation. Do the same thing for vehicle, office equipment, and furniture and fittings as well. Now let's start with the long-term loans. Here the type should be long-term liabilities. Accounts payables, type is account payables. VAT payable. Type should be other current liabilities. Other current liability type is other current liabilities. Accrued expenses type is other current liabilities. Inventory type is inventory. In the account receivables, type should be account receivables. Prepaid expenses the type is other current assets. Sales type is income. Sales target incentives means the commission. So you can see the sales target incentive balance is in the credit side of the trial balance. So this is an income account. Then we have discount received. So sales target incentives, discount received, rent income should be put under the account type of income. Then I'm starting with the cost of sales. Here the type should be cost of sales. Other than that, in the next four represent the depreciation. We know that depreciation is an expense account. So you may have noted that I have typed it separately in the accounts. So here, rather than type in the depreciation building, I can shorten it to DIP. So the motor vehicle, rather typing motor vehicle as two separate words, I can use MV. For office equipment, OE. For furniture and fittings, F and F. So now let's type the other expenses from 2020 to 2,800. Here, everything from this to this represent the expenses. So the category should be expenses. Provision for doubtful debt should be categorized under account receivables. Discount allowed is expense. Freight charge is expense. Interest expense is expense. From petty cash to BOC, all are cash. After creating the accounts, just go and check your list in the exam as well. Then you can find if there are errors, then you can rectify them before entering the beginning balances. This is my list of accounts. After typing it, now let's enter the beginning balances in the same time. For that, click on the account beginning balance in the window.